Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 90. Today we have a cracker for you guys. We play against John Higgins, the first session anyway, against John Higgins, the Wizard of Wishaw, in the last 16 of the Shanghai Masters. Now, in the last round, it was a pretty comprehensive victory. We played against Dave Gilbert in the last 24. Now, technically we shouldn't have been playing in that match, but we're not going to talk about that here. We talked about that enough last time out. But the important thing is that we came through it, and we came through it very comprehensively. I think it's good to note that Dave Gilbert was really poor in that match, but we start to get across the line. We didn't stoop to his level of playing, and we got through that one really successfully. But a very tough draw as the reigning champion, the first seed, etc, etc, at the round 2 stage. John Higgins, a player who is very tough to beat, and actually has the better of us over the last few matches. So, without any further ado, let's have a quick look at the match hub history between ourselves and John Higgins. This is going to be the 11th matchup between the two of us in the career mode, and as you can see, we've got a pretty good record against John Higgins. However, that's starting to falter a little bit. In the last 2 matches we played him in the semi-final of the Dafabet Masters, and we lost against him in a decider by 6 frames to 5. And in the Gibraltar Open final of last year, he beat us by 4 frames to 2. Before that, though, we beat him in the shootout final of Season 2. We beat him in the Scottish Open last 16 last year, a tournament we went on to win. Same goes for the Scottish Open in Season 1. We've got a very, very strong record against John Higgins, but the crucial thing to note is that up until those Dafabet Masters and Gibraltar Open matches, that all of those matches were played on medium length, so best of 5. So over a best of 11 or best of 7, anything longer than a best of 5, John Higgins has had the better of us. But of course, it's a fairly small sample size, only being 2 matches, and I hope we can turn the tide on that today. But let's get on with it. The first few frames of this match. As usual, we'll play the first 4 frames of today's episode, and then on Wednesday's episode we will play, on Monday's episode, I'm getting ahead of myself. On Monday's episode we will play the remainder of the match. But it's one that I'm eagerly looking forward to. I think it'll be a close match, this. I think it'll really be a close match. John Higgins is one of the best players, not so much he is one of the best players at the moment, and also he's one of the best players of all time. And he always gives us a good match, has done certainly recently, and I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that we don't let the losses of the last few matches get on top of us if we lose a few frames. We just need to keep composed, because we didn't play perfectly against Dave Gilbert, but we certainly played well enough, and that's all that matters. So, as I say, hopefully that'll be enough to give you guys a good match between ourselves and Higgins. But a very tough draw to get us started here, but one I'm, as I say, very much looking forward to. Not a bad safety shot to get us started, but it could have been better. I don't know if he's going to take on an opportunistic pot here. He's not going to. I don't blame him. Just going to play a very soft safety. And, well, that's not really helped him out, has he? He's left pretty much as straight as a die. Straight as it possibly can be.
Not worked out quite as he intended
on the red, exactly, Neil Folds. It's not worked out exactly how he wanted it to. Couldn't have put it better myself. And a very nice opening pot. Opens up the black nicely, that does actually. A little bit too straight, if anything. So it does make it a little bit awkward to get onto anything else on the back of this. Let's do some jiggery pokey here to get some position. I did say that a few times in the last episode. I need to keep saying that. Yeah, we've hit that well. With a bit of side, got onto the red. That was a smart move. Always a bit complex when you play with side, because if you do play at the wrong pace, you can be punished for it. Try and give ourselves a bit more angle on the black this time, rather than it being completely straight. That is pretty much where I'd wanted it to be. Again, not exactly, but pretty well. Although we have got a problem with this red. We'll try and get to it. If we can't, we can't. But it's a bit of an awkward angle. It's still awkward now. It's a big one to take on this. If we are to take it on, of course. Got to commit to it if we take it on. And I think we will commit to it. Definitely goes. And it's there. What's the position like? It's not going to be great. It isn't going to be great at all. Shame that. Well, black's pretty much unpottable. It's really only brown we can go for here. And I think we have to... We've got really no choice. We can't really play a safety. We're not going to leave it safe here. So big shot, this. Oh, it's way off. Wow, that was terrible. That was terrible.
Neil Robertson.
And you could say, well, we could have played a safety there. Yeah, sure we could, but it wasn't really going to work out.
Is critical here.
The whole risk versus reward argument, obviously the reward of potting that brown would have been massive, but obviously the risk of not potting it is also massive. So you've just got to weigh that up sometimes. And again, don't regret taking that shot on. I'm just so surprised at how far off it was. And the painful thing is I gave that a bit more angle to give it the benefit of the doubt, and it was still way off. But you've always got the challenge against John Higgins that if you give him a chance like this, especially a chance like this, there's always the chance of him clearing up, and that's a healthy challenge to have. Bit of healthy pressure. Against Gilbert last time out, we knew that whatever we left, we'd have to give him maybe 2-3 chances to clear up.
14.
So you could take a lot more risk. Against Higgins, you've just got to think about that. But as I said, I'm not too fussed about taking that brown, and I think it was the right move. Not potting it was the wrong move, but sometimes you can't guarantee that it's going to go in. But we played the positive shot, opening up the reds, and again, there's not really much more we could have done, but I have a feeling this is going to be a classic Higgins clearance here. Well, we just sit in our chair and think about what we've done. And as I said, we've done that thinking out loud, got it past us, and we move on. Whether the next shot's going to be in this frame or the next frame.
31.
And also as a bit of a bulletin, this series will be taking a break. Not quite yet, but in the next few weeks as the
32.
Football Manager beta is coming out. I want everything on the channel to be focused on that. I just think that having the snooker content is going to make it completely overwhelming for you guys to follow everything that's going on. You know, there might be 3 videos of Football Manager a day at the early stage. I don't want to chuck a snooker video in there as well and maybe have 4 videos a day because that just doesn't work. So it will probably only be for a week. You'll probably only miss 3, maybe 4 episodes. But for
46.
that initial release of the beta, when obviously viewership and new subscribers, etc. is high, I will be taking a break from this for a week. And to be fair, we didn't really take a break after the World Championships of Season 3. We took a few episodes break, but it'd just be nice to have a bit of a breather.
52.
But that's a little way off yet. And I'll let you know, guys, know close to the time. I think we've probably got 5, maybe 6 more episodes to come, but I'll work that out close to the time. All depends on the beta. Is intended to drop.
56.
He's nearly won the frame, but this is going to need a good pot. Oh, it's there. What a pot that is. It needs a good pot, and my God, he got one. So with this blue, or any colour really, unless it's the yellow or green, any high-ish value colour, and he's going for the blue, it wins the frame.
No problem there.
And that effectively shuts out his opponent in this frame.
This red pretty much makes sure of it, and it's there.
63.
Well, fair dues to Higgins. I said before that this is the kind of chance that Higgins relishes.
69.
Oh, a little bit unlucky with position there, but
John Higgins. 69.
I think we will concede the frame again. We'd need 17, but we'd need 4 4-point snookers. It isn't going to happen. It's not worth wasting our energy over. We might as well get into the next frame. As I said before, accept what we did wrong, shake it off, and hopefully bring it back to level pegging at the end of this. But crucially, we were in first last time out, and our play looked decent, so that's a good sign. Oh, this looks like it could be good. Just a little smidgen too thick with the yellow, or else it would have been very nicely behind the brown. Good shot from Higgins.
That's an excellent shot.
Very thin nick off the reds for us. Tell you what, if this doesn't hit the brown, again, it just needs that little bit more pace. We've been so close to putting our opponent in real trouble. I don't quite think it would have had it. I think it would have been alongside the yellow anyway, but it's a good shot, apparently nonetheless, and that is, well, not such a good shot from John.
Well, he's playing on here.
So we get our first chance. Well, that is a shocker from John. Going in off and leaving that sort of position. I just don't know whether he... Well... Did he plan to play them that thick and just get it safe? I really don't know. I really don't know. It was a what you might call an unorthodox shot, to say the very least. This needs to be a good shot, though. Oof, the red's just about dropped. That was close. Yes, nice, we're on the black. That's what I was fearing we wouldn't be on. Just got to bear in mind position here, which we should be okay for.
8.
And hopefully we can do a better job this time than we did last time. But again, there's no guarantee of that. Come off the cushion. That's it. Bang on. Great. Didn't need to play any harder than that. I think we always think that, ooh, you know, this needs to be played at a fair pace, when actually it doesn't. But this is a decent chance. I'm fairly sure we'll beat our 17 points from last time out, but I could be completely wrong.
This looks relatively easy. Nicely onto the black.
I think we might have to do some manoeuvring here with the reds.
Looking to play this
Try and
with a
open
lot
them
more
up.
power.
They are open, but where's the cue ball going to land? You can't argue with that position. I'll take that.
24.
It hasn't blown everything open, but sometimes you don't want that. You don't want it to, the cue ball to explode into life and open every single red up, because then position becomes unbelievably hard.
25.
I think we've actually blocked our route to the black. Yeah, that's okay though, because we can go for the pink or the blue. As I say, it isn't really a problem. I think blue is probably the best option here. It's a guaranteed position, and that's what we're looking for early on in a break. We haven't won a frame yet, and we always say that you don't quite get your confidence until you've won a frame, and that's absolutely right. I couldn't agree more with that statement. We just need to get our, as Ronnie O'Sullivan would say, the most important thing, our cue action and everything else. Just get everything focused. Make sure we're in the groove. And we look pretty good, to be honest. Again, I think somebody did ask in the comments a few weeks ago. I don't do it. Well, no. It's very, very rare I do any practice before these videos. Because I wouldn't say Snooker 19's a pick up and play game, but you do get to such a standard that unless you've had a long, long time off the game, for example, if I've had a break for a few months or whatever, I will definitely go and practice before the match. But apart from that, really, it's just very much pick up and play it and get on with it. And as evidenced here, I haven't played the game for 4 or 5 days, but I wouldn't say we're any worse than we were before.
44.
Some days that obviously doesn't work to your advantage because you might be in a bad mood, or you just generally might not be playing very well, and again, you might go out of a tournament, but some days, you know, you surprise yourself, you play brilliantly well. Gonna have to open these up, I think, again here. Or at least this one red. I think I'm going to target this one red. Try and get that moving a bit. Yes, that will do. That's okay. It's a bit of a tough pot to the top pocket, but I was just trying to give ourselves a better angle on that. Those 6 reds, I think with the position we were in with the black, it was going to be tricky to open them up. So, just needs to bear that in mind.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
Good shot.
In it goes.
Quality queuing there. Really
That was a
good.
good shot, that was, to be fair.
53.
Now aim for this one on the cushion.
Chance nonetheless.
Might have hit this too hard. Need the cue ball to slow down.
He'll be very happy with the position.
Well,
here.
that's not bad at all. It's come really slowly off the cushion, actually, and that's helped us out massively. So if we pot this red, which is there, the position on the black's about right. Would have liked to have come a bit further up the table, but you can't have everything in life, I suppose. And then just try and open up these reds. Black's there. It's not the best split, but there is one red we can go for. And after that, there will be 5 reds left, so we're pretty much there in this frame.
He just needs this red.
Just need the one red. We didn't need a massive opening, and that secures the frame. So this looks like it could be a very high standard of snooker.
No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
Given that John had one chance in frame 1, he took it and won the frame. We've had one chance here, we've took it and won the frame. And sometimes one visit snooker is so... It's fascinating. It's not quite got the scrappiness that you might expect in some matches, but it really can be great. Especially when both players are in their mojo. That's been overhit. But again, not too much, but
73.
It's only really just trying to focus for the century now, which of course John couldn't get. So it'd be great if we could beat him to that mark first today. Oh, well, we're not quite going to get it. We missed the black. It was a tough angle. As I said, we'd overhit it slightly onto the black, but a good break. Of 73 there. I think it was, yes it was, because we got the 4 points because of the foul. That break of 73 does exactly what we wanted. We're back level, and this looks like it could be a cracking match. So best of 9 now.
Thank you.
I would guess, I mean it's not hard considering the stats, I would guess this is going to go to a best of 7. This is how you're going to go in level, but that's a cracking shot. Straight from the break off, remember. So we're going to play the very conservative shot here. You could see we were smidging away from hitting the blue there, but just tap the red. And that should be okay. He's just going to play safe on that one red there, but crucially we're in a better position than we were before, so that was the aim. Hoping this red doesn't go mad. Yep, that's bang on. That's where we wanted it to go. Back into the pack. Lovely. Good shot. Maybe this might be more of a scrappy frame, who knows. I think both players know that if the other gets a chance, they might well be in, so it's very important not to give that chance away lightly. That should be a good shot. That's a very good shot. Have we got the snooker? Yes, we have.
That's beautifully judged.
That little nick, you know, so there's a very thin nick off the brown there. That gave us the chance. And not the best reply from John. I wouldn't quite go as far as saying this is a frame winning chance, but it's certainly a chance to get in for the first time. And, well, if you can get in for the first time, that can be turned into a frame winning chance.
One.
Obviously, the only difference with the first frame is that we did get in first, but we didn't quite take our chance.
Six.
I think I might get this red out of the way, you know, and try and open them up. Just try and rip them open a bit.
Good split. That's really opened the table up here.
Ah, that's a good shot, that. Certainly from a potting point of view, if we can get to this black, it'd be a brilliant shot. I don't quite think we can. No, I don't fancy that, but it has opened things up, so it'll be a tough pot on the blue, but again, the reward from this is massive if we can pot it. And obviously, our long pots are pretty good, so we haven't got to worry about position too much here. Just get the pot sorted.
Right up his street.
Looks good, looks very good, and it's there.
No surprises
Excellent.
there. Long pots are his speciality.
Well, there you go. Even Dave Hendon knows,
Want to overhit this.
or Dave Gilbert, as I was calling him last time out.
Tremendous shot.
He's right on top of his game at the moment.
13.
This is being played towards the left middle pocket.
I can just let the commentators do the talking most of the time, couldn't I, really?
19.
And then just correct them when they incorrectly say, well, that's a bad positional. This is an awkward shot, though. Both the pot and the position from here. I think the pot should be okay. Yeah, pot looks okay. It's dropped in, and the position's not bad. I'll take that.
Nicely onto the colour.
Oh, well, I say nicely onto the colour. It's a little bit awkward. The black might be an option here. The black is an option, but position is a little bit awkward from it, so... Again, it's a more challenging pot, the blue, but I feel like our position will be better from this. It's all about whether we can get the pot, crucially, because there is a red that would be on if we can pot this. So I'm fairly confident in it on ourselves.
Here with the long pot attempt.
Come on, blue. Yes.
Oh, wonderful shot.
Cracking shot. Again, I said that the last positional shot would have been tricky. Obviously, that's where we ended up, but it worked out quite nicely for us in the end there. Try and get on the black here, I think, rather than the blue. The blue's just making things a little bit awkward for position. Perfect. Great.
26.
Might be time to knock these reds open again. Which we have done. Hopefully one doesn't drop in. Just let that slow down. Yeah, we should have a pot on. It's not easy. This one to the middle pocket, I think we probably take on. Although there is that one to the top corner pocket, which looks a fairly good chance.
Well,
it's a risky one though, this.
No,
Oh, why didn't you just think about that a bit more?
Neil Robertson.
I knew as soon as I hit that, really, that was the wrong shot.
1.
Should have thought about that a bit more. It's got longer to travel, so sometimes it is a bit more awkward. And again, it's a shot we don't play too often. That centre pocket, although it is unforgiving, I think we'd have had a better chance of potting it. But we've played it now. We can't go back.
9.
You know, sometimes these things just don't quite work out. And really, we should have made more of that chance. I think we've got a right to be disappointed. With ourselves, not anything else.
15.
But John, the way he's playing, doesn't look like the sort of player who's going to make a mistake. I think he will take full advantage here. This is a very similar situation to the first frame, in that we've took a smattering of points. The reds are open and at a player's disposal.
22.
It's just obviously that they aren't at John's sorry, they aren't at our disposal.
23. 30.
He's playing for the right corner here.
Just going to fast forward this a little bit. So I think you would be here all day if you just watched your opponent in real time. But just showing really, this episode's only been 22 minutes so far. We usually average at the very least 10 minutes a frame. So this just shows if John goes and wins it in the next 2 minutes, that'll be 8 minutes a frame. Just highlights how good the standard's been so far. A few sloppy shots from us. I think that red was our first big mistake, really. But again, we hold our hands up and hopefully we can do better when we come back to the table again. I just hope we don't get into this awkward cycle where we play very well one frame, give it away the next, because all our hard work will just be undone. Could argue John did the same in frame 2, though, I suppose. But we will get another shot here. The positional wasn't great for him, and no, we will get another shot. Well, we can swerve this, but I don't quite think we can swerve it. Well, we can swerve it enough to take on the pot, but yeah, we'd have to be very lucky to get that from there.
He's looking to get the cue ball safe and tight to the cushion here.
I'm praying that the yellow ball helps. Sorry, the blue ball helps out here. I don't think it will. Not a lot we could have done there, but no, actually, it does. Well, John just playing the safety. Oh, I am tempted to swerve this, you know, I really am.
The cue ball looks pretty safe here.
Unless we just thinly cut off this. Could be a disaster, or it could be a masterstroke, this. That's okay, though. That's okay. We've hit the pink, yes. I think that red might go to the one at the bottom of that cluster.
So he's looking to play safe again.
No, just a safety, so that shot was okay in the end. And this is, well, definitely going to be a bit more of a scrappy frame, I think. Let's play with some side here.
Want to overhit this.
We have overhit it slightly and we've missed it, but that's okay. It's better than going all guns blazing into there. Yes, we give away a few points, but they're not going to be detrimental at this point.
He'll be disappointed with that shot.
But he is
I think.
playing on his John. He obviously seems a better shot.
John Higgins, 4.
Again, this could be a master stroke or a complete failure. Got to waltz around these reds here, which we have. It's a good shot, that. Ooh. Well, I'll go ooh. That's put the snooker on the red, I think, that he was looking to play. So, he's just split these up. I don't think this is going to last too much longer. Somebody's going to get a chance. And, well, looks like it could be us here. I think we've just got to commit to this and play it hard.
Half a chance, but a chance nonetheless.
And it's there.
Tremendous pot.
Hit every single red on the way back there, funnily enough, but it won't hurt.
1.
And from a frame I thought we were out of, you have to say I think we're in pole position now to go and win it. It's a nice shot, just putting the red on the cushion.
8.
It's a bit too close to the cushion for my liking, but again, as I say, you can't always have everything.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
It is a tricky shot. And it's dropped.
Excellent pot.
9.
So, pot the black. Go up the table. Not too much that we snooker ourselves on this red. Get the black potted. We have. This cue ball needs to travel. And it has as well. This is a good chance now.
16.
The three reds were the trickiest, I think, really to get shot of.
Just wants this pot to drop into the pocket.
And it's there. So all of a sudden, from thinking we were completely out of this, we are right back in it. In frame number 3. Just can't make a silly mistake. Because this is a big chance to go in front. And I think if you can go in front, you can press on.
22.
They talk about swing frames in snooker, and it's very early on, but this is a swing frame, most definitely.
Just the colours to go.
Need this to clear the pink, which it does.
24.
Everything pretty much on its spot, the black just slightly off it, but that does help us out slightly, I think. Apart from the pink, obviously, that's not on its spot. But this would be a good steal, this would.
27.
Definitely would be. Again, we took on the ambitious pot. It looks like we're going to be getting a big reward from it.
Not perfect position.
Not perfect, no, but should be okay, because it's only this blue we need.
So this pot will leave his opponent in snookers required.
And the blue's there, and that is a cracking steal. If we can pot the pink, we pretty much make sure of it.
And that shuts the door on his opponent in this frame.
And I think we've done it here.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
Just pot the pink to make sure. And it's there. That is an excellent steal. Nowhere near good enough, really, to get good position on the black. But it might be enough to have a pot at it. Pop at it. We've got nothing to lose. But a really special clearance there. Well, not necessarily a clearance if we don't pot the black. But a very special break, which puts us in front for the first time. And we can now call it a clearance. The black drops. John Higgins smiling as usual. And for the first time, we take the lead in this match.
Well played.
Could that just give us some positive momentum to take forward? This frame now being massive for both players. Can we take a 2-frame lead going into the interval, or does this match become a best of 7? Not giving anything up in the safety stakes. And why should we? Get the ball back to the bulk line. It's good enough for me. Ooh. He's a lucky boy on that red. This is very close to the corner pocket, but I think we should avoid going in off here. Ooh, well, I wasn't quite expecting that, and that is a big boo-boo. That's a big mistake, but I think... Oh, no, we can see that red, and that is a shocker, I agree. That was a poor shot. I said that I didn't think we were going to go in off. Well, we didn't, but we didn't quite avoid hitting both jaws. And that was a poor shot in the end.
9.
So for the first time in the 4-frame session, John Higgins is in first. And, well, that's going to be it for John Higgins' break.
John Higgins, 16.
Not exactly ideal for him, was it? Oh, that's getting away with murder, that is there. And just see the very edge of that red. This is a good shot. That is a good shot.
Excellent safety shot.
We are coming into our own already in this match. This looks like it could be a disaster. Might just get away with it though here.
Brilliantly played.
I think he probably does. So, really got to try and get this back up to the bulk. Get it sort of in that brown area, hopefully. Don't hit the green full ball. That's not bad from where we were. There might be a sniff of a pot on. But that's not bad from where we were. We pretty much got where we aimed to get.
Here.
It's a half chance. And it's there. But he's got no position.
Not perfect position.
No, I don't think it is perfect position, Neil. Quite right. I could say that again. But he's doing the same as us. It's pretty much the mirror image, in fact, going for that brown that we did in frame 1. And he's missed it. In fact, it's bang on the same because
Higgins, 1.
we obviously went for that brown at 17 points. So it's bang on, apart from obviously he's had 2 separate chances. But apart from that discrepancy in the story, it's pretty much the story of the first frame. And can we follow that story of the first frame by now
Very tricky shot coming up.
getting a frame-winning break? I certainly hope so. This being right on the cushion, though, doesn't help anybody out. And the blue that we will always rely on so much, not being on the spot, that makes things even more awkward.
Very tricky shot coming up.
Try and make the most of this chance, though. Does help if you pop the red, though. And that's a bad shot, that. We rarely miss those.
5.
I think being right on the cushion didn't help us out. That's the problem with us, really. Well, I'll say it's the problem with us. We don't tend to miss by a long way. Apart from that brown earlier, but we'll forget that one. We don't tend to miss by a long way, and obviously if we don't and play it at the right pace, it gives him a sitter of a pot like this. You've just got to shake the table and it will go in. So it's not quite going to be the story of the first frame, unfortunately. The cracks were already beginning to show, weren't they, with him only getting the 16 points in the one break, then 1. So not quite a mirror image. And of course, John Higgins now gets a second chance.
He's aiming for the left corner here. Excellent shot.
He's lost the cue ball a touch here.
12.
I think it's going to be as we predicted here.
Dribbling with confidence and
I think
on
it's going
the
to be
roll
even
at the
Stevens going into the break.
.18. 19. 25.
Can probably hear the dog making her first appearance of the day. She only
26.
barks on snooker. Unbelievable.
33.
But as for the snooker, I can't see a way back into this. I think John Higgins has got this set up for a frame-winning break.
34.
.55 ahead, 68 on the table. So we'll need the red and the colour. 67, sorry, on the table.
41.
So if you can pop this black, that should be enough.
This is tough.
Going for the pink. Looks good. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
He'll be happy with that. Top shot.
47.
He just
Well, he's
needs
actually
the red.
59 ahead, so he does need this red. And, well, That was a fairly easy one, and as I said, it's going to be 2 each.
48.
Leaves a fascinating second session to come on Monday. Obviously, make sure you do join me for that. Be out at 6 o'clock on Monday. And that will probably be the last, I don't know, but it might well be the last video I record with my current computer, because I've got a new computer coming on Monday. Ooh. I've had this one 6 years now. It's served me very well. Very, very well. And this computer's going to a new home. And
62.
the new computer will replace it. 64 gigabytes of RAM rather than 16.
In it goes.
A fancy NVIDIA
68.
graphics card rather than the AMD one I've got now. It's not come at a premium though. It's not been ridiculous money.
69. 72.
And it's quite funny given how well both players have played. There's not going to be a century in this session.
77.
John Higgins getting about as close as he can. He can get a break of 99 here, which I think is cruel sometimes. If he can make this framing in clearance of 99. Oh, that's not the best shot, but he might as well go for it here. Is he going to go for it? Oh, it doesn't really look like it. He might have done though. It might have been way off, but, well, it's a bit patronised to put us back at the table there. Of course we're going to concede the frame there. And that finishes off today's session. We'll just watch John Higgins break off for the 5th frame. And that is where we'll leave it. A good chance, though, at the start of frame number 5. So that's where we're going to leave it today, folks. As I said, we'll be back on Monday for the remainder of this match. I'm really looking forward to it. Should be an interesting one. I think it's really about who's got their head screwed on in that last session more so. And there's a few mistakes to iron out, but if we can continue to play well, we've got a good chance to get through to the last 8. But if John plays very well, he might just be untouchable. But if you enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content. Apart from that, thank you very much for your company today. I've been TIJ Gaming, and until the next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.